What's up, Bayla? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We're here in an international call. We just had we did a talk like this with Erik. He was in Germany. I'm in Spain, and you are where?
I'm in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Oh yeah. So we
America.
ha this song has been worked on around the world. We've worked on this song in Spain. We've worked on this song in Germany and in New Jersey. So that's a cool, interesting fact. Anyway, so as I was telling you, we had a conversation with Erik. We talked so much about production of the song and the story of this song, but we wanted to leave the vocals, the story about the vocals for me and you, so we could talk about that maybe, and people can that are listening to this can understand how it all came about. So the first thing, this song took like a year to do or more. Like I think we pitched it to you last summer, right?
Yeah. We did the
Yeah.
vocals like a while ago.
Yeah. So like okay, so we pitched this. We were looking for a vocalist because we had this emotional song with nice chords and stuff, but no vocals, no idea where the vocals could take the song. We sent it to you. What's the like that first reaction?
So I really liked the song and it was very upbeat, which is like and like happy, and I feel like I don't usually do like happy vocals if I'm gonna be honest, but I was like, you know what? This will be cool. This will be a new thing for me. And I remembered I had like one verse of a song that I never ended up using, like one verse written of this song like from a couple years ago, and I was like, these are like the happiest lyrics I've ever written. So I feel like they would match the vibe of like the upbeat energy of the song. So I was like, let me see if I
What kind of style was that old song from Butterfly, like the old version of Butterflies?
I honestly like don't really remember it. Like I never really like structured the song that well. It was mostly just like a vocal line that I had come up with.
Uh-huh.
um and I just I didn't know, like I never thought I would end up using it because I never really put that much focus into like creating a song. I just had that like one verse and I was like,
Hmm.
well, but I'm glad I was able to use it. Um, so yeah, I like tried to make it fit, and then after that, it was only one verse, so I had to like come up with the rest of it.
Oh,
And
cool.
the
So you did come up with like most of the part of the songs for the song.
yeah, yeah, and like the which what's interesting is the actual like hook, like right before the drop, that was an ad lib that I had recorded. Like I had a different build up melody, and then I ended up liking the ad lib a lot more than what I had come up with before. So that's how that came about.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's really
hmm
cool. So you had that one verse, put it on, and what was the feel like when you played it when you put it together for the first time? Were you like, oh yeah, this works, or was did it take like some time to kind of like make sure that it fit in?
So it didn't fit perfectly, like with the exact lyrics that I had written. For the most part, it fit, but there were definitely like a couple like phrasings that I had to like move around a little bit just to go with the rhythm of the song, because
Yeah, of course.
just to make it like flow
What was the
nicely.
tempo? Was it in a different tempo and different key, or was that similar?
I'm pretty sure it was the same key, if I'm gonna be honest. It just happened to like work out perfectly.
No.
Um, The tempo, I don't really remember the original tempo. I don't think it was much different. This one may have been a little faster just
Uh-huh.
because it's like an EDM song and I was writing just like with my guitar, I think. So I think it was just a little faster. But
Okay, so when you were writing the lyrics for the vocals, what inspired you to write those like lyrics about feeling good, feeling those butterflies in your stomach when you're next to someone that you care or you love or you like to spend some time with? Like, was there any inspiration behind that, or were you just recreating a character in your head, or what was the inspiration?
well, I think like so when I wrote the lyrics, it was like a couple years ago. And like I think when I was writing it, like I was like in a good mood and just thinking of like those feelings. But by the time I had to like actually finish the lyrics, it was more like a character, like a story that I was
Character
coming
driven.
up with, as
Yeah.
opposed to like, so like the first couple lines were based more on emotions and on like an actual experience, while like the rest of the song was more just kind of finishing that story.
Uh-huh. So yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't 100% like your personal like, emotions. It was more of like you
It was
creating
a
that
mix.
character. Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah. It
interesting.
was like I started the character from like emotions and then I finished it with just basically creating a story.
Awesome. Okay, so then we had the vocals down. I remember you sent it to me. I really liked it. I thought it fit very well. Like my feedback was straight positive. I sent it to Eric, and like Eric was saying how when I sent it to him, he was so obsessed with it. He was going back on a road trip or something from like Norway or somewhere, or Sweden, somewhere, one of these European countries, and he was like in the car listening to it all the time from his phone. Because he was just obsessed with how the vocals were, because your voice also like fit the vibe so well. And that's something that you never really know if your vocals will fit. The key was just the right one. So that was good. That was kind of like lucky as well. And then I remember we did the recording. Do you remember how we recorded those vocals? It was a cool. I remember it was a really fun experience.
Yeah, so like this was actually one of the first times that we really like record. So we've recorded, I have a little bit of a walk-in closet,
Yeah.
like a very small one, just big enough to fit me and a mic stand. Um, and so what we do is I'll go in there and you'll have like the computer, the interface, everything for the recording is outside in the
Outside.
room because
Major
there's no
bedroom
room.
studio vibes, like
Yeah.
major bedroom studio. When we make it, we're gonna look back at those times, and we're gonna be like laughing at how we literally made all the songs in the bedroom in a closet, and I'm sitting on the floor with my computer in my lap while the
We're like
cables are
yelling
going.
back and forth
Yeah.
because we
Well,
can't hear each other.
hey, but your walk-in closet is incredible because it's surrounded by clothes, so it's almost like
Yeah.
a perfect vocal booth.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I'm so happy I have it.
Yeah.
But that was like the one of the first times that we were kind of doing that because
Hmm.
we did the vocals like a decent amount of time ago.
Wait,
Um,
so our song that is out, Let Your Mind Float, I think we recorded Butterflies before Let Your Mind Float or around the same timing, right?
it was like pretty much the same time, but I think we did Butterflies first.
Yeah, okay. So that was one of our first experiences while recording in our incredible bedroom studio.
Yeah, so it was kind of experimental, but it ended up being
It came
really,
out, the
really
recording was
good.
very, very clean. You were doing good, and it was vocals that you were, at least from my point of view, vocals that you were comfortable with. Even though there
Mhm.
was a lot of words, I remember we were laughing because there's a lot of words. But yeah,
Yeah, we definitely had.
yeah, I was
Sorry.
saying you're a good writer, so you love to add a lot of words into your songs instead of just
Yeah.
like repeating like two, three, words. So that's something that when we come to record, we're like, whoa, there's like a whole essay in this song. Like your
No,
lyrics are like 2 pages.
we definitely had to like cut back. I remember we were like when we were recording the vocals, you were like, "All right, let's let's take some words out. Let's bring
Yeah,
it down." And that's like when I was talking before about having to like change a little bit to fit the vibe of the song more and the flow. Like that's definitely one of the things we did. It's like, and honestly, it's hard for me because I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you put like all your efforts into something and like taking things away is sometimes the hardest part. Like when you're
true. Yeah,
making a song
it's like
and
your
you put
baby, and you gotta like
yeah, you have
take
to
an
like
arm off, and you're like, no.
and it makes it better, but it's just still like it's
Yeah,
like I put that in, I don't want to take it out.
yeah.
But yeah, so we definitely had to cut down the lyrics a little like just to make it fit better because it was a little wordy in the beginning.
Hmm. For me, the best part of this song wasn't necessarily the lead vocals. The best part of recording these vocals with you was all of the layers and harmonies we created. Like the
Yeah.
chorus with the butterflies part, and I think that had essentially that had the lead vocal, then it had four doubles and four harmonies. That's 9 layers of vocals going in together. And then I think I did like a lower pitched one, higher pitched one, and a vocal. So maybe we're like talking like 12 layers. Like it was incredible. So I remember how we came up with those harmonies, and that was, we obviously just a double, but how do we come up with those harmonies? Remember?
So like when we record harmonies together, I feel like we go into it kind of without a plan. It's kind of just like, all right, let's try it. We did it for Let Your Mind Float too. I
Yeah,
just I never really write harmonies beforehand. It's kind of like I'm just there. You're like, all right, I'm gonna loop this many times, and you're just gonna sing what feels right.
yeah.
And then what
I mean, we,
usually
we
happens.
always go for a high harmony and a low harmony so that you have
Mhm.
an idea of how high you have to go. But you're also
Yeah,
really good at improvising, like melodies. You just coming up with stuff, and we play around with it. It's the most fun part for me because lead
yeah.
vocals, you're always just copying a reference vocal when you're doing the lead. But when you're doing the harmonies, it's like, hey, this whole wall of creativity just opens up, and we can improvise. It's cool.
Yeah. So like I feel like what ends up happening is like we'll go through a couple times and then like I'll improvise and then you'll be like that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
And we and then we record that one like
Yeah.
multiple times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then we listen to them, make sure they all fit and stuff. Yeah, I love that. And then it was so much fun recording ad libs because when we recorded the ad libs, I remember I was like, okay, I think it was one of our first times really focusing on ad libs so much because there's so many ad libs, especially in the drop, throughout the song, and then some ad libs turn into harmonies later because. Other than those 12 layers, we had harmonies. So, like the vocal session, I had to do the vocal production in a different session than the main session
There's
production
too
because
much.
it was incredible. I think over like if you count everything in total, there's over 200 tracks because the lead for the drop had like 15 layers because it was also crazy, you know, because we worked on this song for a whole year, so we added so much to it for the whole time, um, and and yeah, I mean the others were crazy. Remember how we recorded them?
Again, I think we were just like improvising, and ad libs were actually like the weirdest thing for me. Just because like I'm not used to doing it, and you were just like, again, I'm just gonna loop it like the whole
Go for
song
it.
through, and I would just like have to randomly sing at different points.
Yes,
And
yes,
there,
yes.
there
So I just
definitely
sang the whole
were
song.
there
Yeah.
definitely were a lot of parts that were horrible, like like I had voice cracks, like but definitely yeah, you were able to like pick out the best
You know, yeah. That
parts.
was the whole point. You loop the whole song and
Yeah,
just go at it and improvise and jam. Oh, it was almost like a jam, you know, like you were just jamming with it with your vocals and stuff. And it
yeah,
was also we recorded them last, so you were like very warmed, like vocally and
mhm,
creatively.
yeah,
So that worked out good. And I mean, yeah, the vocals really brought the song together because instrumentals can be very good, but when you add a really good vocal and you make the vocal like very present, and you know the song is carried by the vocal, it really brings it home. You know, it's like a home run. It's like hitting that perfect pitch.
well, I'm really glad I was able to like contribute to this song with
Mhm.
vocals that you guys liked because I
Yeah,
really
that
did.
was
I
great.
liked the instrumental a lot, and
Mhm.
I was a little worried because it was so much like happier than what I'm used to, and I was like, ah, are my lyrics gonna be like, are they gonna bring the song down? Are they gonna
No,
make it too
100%.
sad? But
I
no,
love
I'm
it.
glad I was able to
Yeah.
come up with
So
something.
anyone that's listening to this, they either pre-saved the song and already have access to it, or they're listening to it right now. So put yourself in the position where the song is out right now, Bayla. How do you feel?
Excited. I mean, I, I hope it has like good feedback. You know,
Yeah, I
like I
think
hope
it
people
will.
like it.
It is like a very summery song. Hope like you know, especially with the U.S. opening up the festivals, we're sending it out to a bunch of DJs. So hopefully we get people playing it in their parties and stuff. So that would be a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, we're excited. We Vega Records, the label was super nice. They created a pretty awesome cover and some dope content. So hopefully they help us with some promotion. See how they do. And yeah, we're really excited to get the numbers even higher than Let Your Mind Float because Let Your Mind Float did pretty good already. So let's go even higher, right?
Yeah, no, I'm excited for it to be released.
Yeah. So this interview will also be part of an exclusive page that we're creating. And essentially, what we like to do is we like to create an ultimate experience for the listener so that they also know the story behind the song, not just listening to the song. So that's why we create these interviews. I'm doing a DJ set as well, in the style of this kind of music. And yeah, we're doing some other behind the scenes content. So if you're in the page, thank you so much. We do have a donations tab on the page. If you want to donate any money to us, I mean, that would be really appreciated. Maybe that can go to our next music. And yeah, Vila, do you want to give a little exclusive glimpse to all those that are listening up until the end of any more music that we got in the future coming?
We definitely have some stuff coming out. I don't know when, but
I wanna. So yeah. So we'll drop a little exclusive. Most likely August. We have an incredible release, a new sound, something with someone else, a third person, and I think that's gonna be our biggest song with Butterflies. But I'm really excited about that one. August.
yeah,
We
no,
got a lot of
I'm
music.
very
Yeah.
excited for all their music, and we're gonna make more in the future,
More,
like
100%. Yeah.
100%. Yeah,
I love it. All right. Thank you so much, Bayla. Thank you
thank
for
you.
listening. If you're listening, someone in the audience, and yeah, I hope you enjoy this page. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, go to the page, check it out because it's worth it. All right. Thank you.